Okay, morning everyone. Morning. Hope you're all doing good. Welcome back. It's a new month, it's a new week, it's a new day, and we're going to do the same things as always, attack the market when it's available. But we're going to have to go over some key levels today. Hopefully most of you would have read the newsletter at the weekend outlining what we're looking at this week. It would not surprise me to see some form of sideways action before this market makes a decision. We've been fairly frothy up here. You will have read, if you read the newsletter, there's lots of bearish indicators going off right now, but price action does not indicate any bearish move right now, and that's the important thing. All right, so everyone guessing those tops, they're going to keep fueling this market to go higher. When it's ready to move down, it's going to move down, and we're going to join it. So let's start off here, right? Let's just make this really clear. Here is your monthly. All right, this is your monthly. The monthly is on top of the monthly Bollinger Bands. It's absolutely insane right now, but that's where we are. All right, we're inside the previous month. The weekly currently opening up inside the previous week. The daily currently opening up inside the previous day. All right, so there's your first clue. All right, we have major inside bars right now. We've built lots of liquidity. Where's my tool just gone? Give me a second. There it is. We've built lots of liquidity last week as we rotated. So the biggest move last week was actually the gap up and Monday. Once that happened, all we really did was Tuesday, Wednesday, failed breakout, Thursday back inside, Friday inside range. Here is your liquidity pool, right? Failure outside. That's your clue in this market right now. That is it. So we have to expect some form of rotation, unless they're not going to do a second leg and they're happy with this and they want to go and try and get to this measured move. Now, if you're asking where's that measured move from, it's from this last period of consolidation, from the high to the low. We go to the breakout. All right, let's make sure that's accurate. All right, so that has potential, right, for this week at some point if we are going to see momentum built out, but as does just simple rotation in here, maybe a peak below, maybe a peak above. We might build out something like this. It's very possible in here. So just be cautious. Overall, the market is bullish, but we want to be somewhat cautious of our positioning. Move down into the hourlies. Okay, move this in. All right, you can see the previous week range, not very big because we rotated a lot. So you would have seen this morning that last drive up, the 80-point drive on the Amazon news. Guess where we rejected? Previous week value area high. All right, so we found a bid on Friday into close, right at the close, at the previous week value area low. This is your classic rotation. All right, it's not clear right now what their plan is. Like, do they want to distribute? If they're going to distribute, you're probably going to need either a failure here or a look above and fail and get underneath for that wash. If this is just reaccumulation and they've just trapped more and more sellers, then either look below and fail or just a base above and new highs coming. But we're going to respect the levels. You can see the nodes here. It's very interesting how we built these nodes. All right, thick node, low volume, thick node, low volume, thick node, low volume, little spike, low volume, and then we get thin. So you can see there's some big areas here, sort of 266, I'd say 240 to 260s. All right, there's your first area of supply. In here was supply, we're now above it. So the next thing to ask is, do we hold a bid over previous day value area high this morning? All right, if we're going to have acceptance over, remember, this is previous week value. This is previous day value. If we're going to find acceptance over previous day, we have to ask, can we find acceptance over previous week? If the answer is yes, we're going higher. All right, so first thing I'll be looking at this morning is how we react at these levels here, at these key points. Does this now hold up? Let's just pull this in. Make sure we're accurate here. Does this hold up as a level now? And do we rotate now between these two levels? All right, so block to block. All right, how do we act in here? Acceptance, maybe higher. Acceptance beneath or no acceptance above. Rotation down. All right, that's the classic rotation. So that's what I'm looking at. First of all, today, I'm expecting a rotational market. If one side gets trapped, I will look at it. I will say on this drive up, right, there was literally no one sell side passively above 50, and we got stuck. All right, so buyers came flying in 50s all the way up to 60s. We came right back down into 40s, no acceptance over value, and we've never recovered sort of 35. So I'd say 235s is a level to watch this morning because it's where we just pushed up and failed. All right, 235, basically previous week value area high into here is the level to watch as an over under, at least for the opening print this morning. So I'd be watching that carefully, looking for the rotations. Are we going to fail there and have a rotation down, or is this market instantly on a Monday morning saying, no, we're squeezing? I have no idea, folks. We're going to let it settle down. It's only Monday. It's the first trading day of the month. Just let it make its decisions. All right, there's absolutely no rush to be in here. Back into the lower time frames. Oh, all right, we can zoom out of this a bit. You can see what we did overnight. Just a nice pullback in. It's held in front of previous day value. That is very bullish. Holding in front of previous day value area low. Drift back up, reclaiming previous day value area high. So again, lower time frame. I'm watching this. How do we act in here? Are we going to base above, or do we fail this and look for acceptance back down into fair value? If we look at some of the other indexes this morning, same kind of thing on ES. All right, it's had relative weakness because we know what's been running. The chips have been running. All right, there's the chip names and the Mag 7 which have been running. The breadth in the market, like we talked about in the newsletter, is absolutely horrendous right now. All right, you had days last week where we closed up on the Nasdaq and there was maybe 7 or 8 stocks up. That's not a good look. All right, so starting to try and break out, but can it hold above these bids? Liquidity here to search for, but again, relative weakness in the ES by comparison. If we're going to look at the spiders, same kind of levels. I'll be watching these old highs here, very, very simple. Right, this level in here, does that hold a supply? Is there a failed breakout above, or do we reject here for that rotation down? This level here, and you have the gaps. Do not forget the gaps. So one thing that's important to note, ES got very close to closing its gap last week. All right, that old new week opening gap. NQ got nowhere near it. ES did get well inside of it, probably over 50% in before it found a bid. So that's somewhat interesting. And you'd have to say, if we can start getting above this, I wouldn't want to be a bear. So it's all about how we build out this morning, more important than anything. Same kind of story in the Qs. We can see the relative strength in the Qs. It's really easy to see between the spiders, where we are pivot-wise, to the Qs. Way, way stronger. Never got anywhere near this gap down here, folks. All right, nowhere near this gap. Holding strength. And if it's going to be accumulation and they can hold a bit above here, then we've got new highs to go to, and we can think about things like measured moves out of here and attacking, 246, 646 and 650 into end of year. You would say with ES, you're only 100 points short of that 7,000 mark. All right. It would not surprise me if that's the target. It doesn't have to do it this week, but for end of year or something, it would not surprise me at all. All right, let's have a look at the MAG. So Apple giving back after earnings, back into flat territory. I did take a tiny bit of profit here, but holding most of my longs. Remember, I'm long from 202 on Apple. So I want to see now, does it now have the ability to hold a new base up here? Because this is not particularly a good look, all right? And if the MAG are going to do this move altogether, it's going to be problems for the market. Remember, the MAG is what's holding up this market right now. It's the incentive on chip names. It's the buying into the chips, which is holding up the market. It is nothing else. So if this starts losing earnings levels, that is not a good indication. That is an indication of risk off, all right? And they got their exit and they're going to look to profit take. So I am watching that carefully. Amazon, absolute ripper. All right, we're also long Amazon. Remember, I was long well before earnings. I gave you guys plenty of notice. I think this is the one MAG which has not been priced in. It's only starting to break out as of last week. Right, remember, everything else has been breaking out for months now. This is due its run. So even this shoulder alone, we're coming into the 161. Maybe we go for 275s on Amazon. We will see. But this has got room, so I'm going to hold Amazon a little longer than everything else. Goog, overextended without a doubt. What are we doing on the day? Probably opening up flat. Slight gap up. giving back its earnings move, and it's still got gap fill potential all the way down to 275 if it wants to today, but opening up inside previous day range. Same story there on Meta. All right, weakness of earnings, opening up inside previous day range. Have to see how we act here. If we're going to get weak on Meta, it does have room down into some of these liquidity pools, but it's probably coming into an area of interest, I would say, on Meta. Yeah, coming into that 50%, coming into value, you're probably going to get some short covering at some point in the next session or two, I would say. So I think that's probably coming. Microsoft, that looks like a gap down, and it's caught a bid. Very volatile there this morning. Let's have a little zoom out. All right, left its edge. Yeah, Microsoft needs to protect those 506s. Otherwise, it's right down to the edge of this range. And this is the same story as Apple. All right, at least Apple broke out. But that's not a good look. That probably trapped a lot of buyers up here, and we're already returning into a range. So I'd say that's your two first warning shots right there, is Apple and Microsoft, along with Meta, obviously, because it sold off during earnings. Nvidia probably running on that news with Amazon, I would say. Yeah, so gapping up on Nvidia, relative strength there, trying to reclaim this range. All right, if it can hold above somewhere up here, it's going to look for new all-time highs, relative strength in Nvidia. Tesla, same kind of story, trying to do that recovery. So remember, this was all-time highs, nice breakout early part of last week. Gave it back, finding a bid, rotation back into supply. This is just your rotation now, and it will make a decision outside of that rotation. So I wouldn't be starting new position longs on any of these names right now. They are into profit-taking scenarios or waiting for them to build out new liquidity so far on everything we've looked at this morning. So let's just recap. Apple, gap down. Amazon, gapping up. Google, gapping down, I would imagine. Or maybe flat. Yeah, flat. Meta, slight gap up there, but remember, that's been very, very weak. Microsoft, pretty much flat. Nvidia, big old gap up. That's a huge old gap up. Good 2% gap, I would say. Tesla gapping down. Let's have a look outside of the mag quickly. AMD, remember, AMD has earnings this week, so I'm hoping we get a run up into earnings. I did sell a good chunk of my position, but you never know. Might get lucky and get a new squeeze. And pretty much everything else I've cut. Got rid of most of my other positions. Netflix is something that I'm interested in. It did announce a 10-to-1 stock split last week. But I want that to come back down to earth a little bit. So we're already starting to fill this in. It's a shame. We were getting very close to the 900s where I was looking for a buy. So we will just see if that sets up over the next week or two. But definitely a name worth keeping an eye on right now. I think the 14th of November is the stock split for those interested. Okay, folks. So you know the score. Pre-market, we've got buyers trapped up here without a doubt. You can see them on the Bookmap. You can see them on the Delta. You can see them on any possible chart you want to look at right now. They got stuck above 233. So that is a level of interest for me this morning that I'm sort of looking at. And then we can see how we play into these two zones, if we find acceptance or not. Right then, what are you guys saying? What are your thoughts today? Let's end that poll. Do me a favor, let's smash that like button nice and early, folks. Let's get that like button hit nice and early. I'm going to get through these morning readouts. See who's in here this morning. Hopefully it's all the regulars. Morning Sergio, John Dennis, Priska, Miguel, Clint, Chris, Jeff, Mike, Jesse, Roscoe, Ken, InfoRisk, Mark, Peter, Tonio, Chris Trades and Envy, Awani, Silem, Coop, Eva, Raphael, Array, Troy, Charles, Gigi, Noah, Patrick, Greg M, One-on-One, Bart, ERF, Oaken, Richard, LJ. Gosh, there's lots of you in here this morning. Willa Williams, Garbs, Dex, Marex, Christy, ONJ, Tyson, the Richardsons, JJ, Stefan, Omalabi, Big John Viking, Richard Johnson, Yvonne, and Calypso. Good morning, everyone. Morning, 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 morning. All right, the bell coming up here very shortly. 50 seconds. Oh, a little stretch at my chair. Still early for me here. Hey, Alex, have you heard about Fabio Valentini's deep chart coming on the 9th of November? Looks like a real good deal. And TV for the rest of the platform made for Audify. I'm moving there next week. Never heard of it. Nope. Quite happy with it. I'm not going to change anything. I like executing on Ninja, and I like teaching and charting on TradingView. And that'll do for me. That'll do for me. All right, folks. 15 seconds here. Let's see what we get at this open. Driving back up to those 33s where I said that was the level over that where those buyers tried to come in and couldn't find acceptance. Let's see if we take out previous day high or not. Is there a good push here this morning? So most of the mag opening up. Tesla and Apple pretty much flat, Google kind of flat, but the big one is Amazon. Obviously that's 4.5% up, Nvidia 2.76% up. Let's just let this settle down and we can go from there. Let this first minute at least settle down. Poking into that old area that I talked about, we're trying to find acceptance above those 30s. All right, because that's where they all got stuck. 30s is where we got stuck. That's still your over under. If we find acceptance over that, we're going to have a drive for that previous day high. And previous week value. Okay, we're over that. Why? Oh, Ninja's lost it all. That's a shame. Sorry, folks, I've got to move everything. Right to DPOC 94. Must have shut this down at the weekend when I was charting without saving it. 26.55. Give me a second, folks. I can't trade blind. $25,998. That's value area low. 924. Almost there. Sorry, team. There we go. Okay. So still no acceptance high. It's trying to find acceptance above previous week value area high, above that New York open. It's attempting to get a drive into previous day high right now. Still no acceptance on up there. Give this a minute to shake out, I think, here this morning. Big Delta came in at around 250 buy side. We're just walking this market up at the moment. Who's this buyer up here? Previous day high looks like the target right now. I'd say how we act over that would be key. Tesla's 0.25% down or 1/3% down on the day. Google and Apple both flat. They've still got the chance to go green to red. Nvidia and Amazon, the big winners today. Oh, it's getting close to me thinking about taking some Amazon profits, honestly. Have a look at that. Yeah, I'm up 20% on it. Starting to get stuck up here so far. Trapped some buyers up there on that last move. Definitely trap buyers up there above 60 so far, lower time frame. So they're trying to get that move to previous day high and they're not getting it. Here's previous week value area high. Thanks, love. So we're into supply. Remember, folks, New York Open coming up here. You can kind of use that as your under over. That's where the buyers came in before. Here's the flush through it. Now, are we going to see acceptance lower here? This is the big level from pre-market. This is where the buyers came in pre-market and got stuck above it. So looking for shorts back downside now if we find acceptance. We're just scalping this out. There we go. So let's see. Feels weak. Feels weak here. At New York Open previous week value area high are your under overs right now. So back to flow zones. We're underneath those 35s. That was the key level. We talked about it pre-market. Buyers got stuck over 35 pre-market. So how we operate now at that New York Open value area high will become key. And maybe we go and test previous day value area high, which is where we did pivot off. We've got to change that to blue. Here we go. Nice, beautiful. Can we pivot under this low though? Under 11s and come down into 84s. Yes is the answer. Here's that pivot. Let's see if we can get down into previous day value area high here. Lovely. Come on, market. Let's go. Let's go for it. So scalping some out because we're still early in the session. And we're coming down to where we found that Amazon candle at the moment. All right, so an imbalance down here into 200s. This is all the pre-market. So an imbalance down here into 200. So make sure you're paying yourself before this. Doesn't look like much, but it's a 20, 30 point move to start the day for us. And we'll see. We're into this imbalance now. Here we go. Apple selling. Lovely. So covering a bit more into these 200s. Want to see if we can get into here. And then once we get here, I'll be risk off and just try and reevaluate what this market wants to do. But so far, this supply holding up strong. That 35s that we talked about above here twice now, right, in the Amazon pre-market candle and in the morning drive, we track buyers above that. You could see it on the delta very, very clearly. You can see like here and here, right? And if you look at candle footprint charts or anything, you will see the delta got stuck above here. There was just absolutely nothing. So we're into this imbalance now, and do they want to take us lower? So can we set a lower high now, or are we just going to go back up for it? So scalping out as we go down. Nice start, folks. Really nice start. Mate, why are you being so annoying on the ladder here, Bookmap? I must have changed a setting at the weekend. My DOM will not walk down with my Bookmap at the moment. It gets stuck. Okay, here's previous day value area high. Here's the check. This is the check. This is the key check now. We just had an imbalance through that last imbalance where we sold through. So key now if we find acceptance through this or not. They might well want to bid off this. I'd say sort of your 206s to 210s would be your over under here. So if they stay heavy versus that, we can continue a sell. Nice. Watching. So we're right on previous day value. Come on, flush this. Flush this for the morning. It'd be really nice. Google going red now. Apple almost 1% down. It's starting to attack it. I'd actually like a pop-up here to come and recheck some of these levels, but it doesn't feel like we're going to get it at the moment. Last candle was very heavy delta. So you don't want them to reclaim sort of 200s hit. You should have been scalping out. It's a nice move to start the day. So sort of short from those 35s, back down. Should have locked in some nice money here this morning. Really, really nice. Yeah, news coming 9:45, 10 o'clock. Thank you. Yeah, did anyone scalp this out with me? It's been a nice trade to start the day. Right, pre-market gave a good clue. We can get weak here. If we can't hold this RBS zone, we can move deeper. 24-hour VWAP. What is this guy? What the fuck is that? This is not your New York Open. Is it that? There we go. Yeah, UTC. So those of you who haven't changed it, you might need to change it to UTC because that clock went back. So that will make sense now. That will also affect your initial balance and everything else. So just make sure you do that on the flow zones. Sorry, folks. Yeah, lots of you getting that nice. Troy got it. Big John, Richard, Peter, Larry, Global, Tonio. That whole 1 hour candle change. Yeah, exactly. Well, it was a drive right into supply. This is why it's so important to have the areas marked out. If we think about that, we just drove straight up into supply, all right, into previous week value area high, and we didn't find acceptance above it. We know it's thick here. We've got that node here. So we talked about the failed move up. Now we're coming back down. And the rotation can keep happening between these, all right? And if we fail this, then we're going to do a rotation between these. This is very much like Friday last week. We're just going to keep checking level to level, level to level, until they've got a catalyst or enough reason to do a bigger move. That made sense to me. And the selling's been pretty strong this morning ever since that failed look above. There you go. So we might get our view up here if we get lucky into 150s. I'd say 20. There's a pivot down at 23s, but into 150s would be amazing on the runners here. And that will give us a really nice move to start the day. There's quite big selling at the lows on this candle. Just be careful. We are in an area of interest where bulls might want to hold up, but it doesn't look too good for them right now. Apple now 1% down on the day. Amazon, the big leader on the day. Google's flat on the day. So I'll give you a readout. Tesla 1.5% up. Nvidia just under 3% up. Microsoft 1% up. Meta 0.81% up. Here comes the flush. Google flat. Amazon 5% up. Apple 1% down. All right, so a bit of a mixed bag. VIX is driving higher as well, folks. We've talked about this. The VIX is driving higher right now. I don't think this is a risk-on scenario. I think there's too many factors for people to be interested in selling at the moment, or at least getting scared into taking some profit. It's just how far down do we go into the rotation. So here goes into the start of London high here. Here's your VWAP. All right, some TP2 here. Make sure you're paying yourself into these 150s. That was our target for the first move. If we're going to get really weak here, then we can think about some of these old points of control. But we've had a really nice trade here this morning. There's the failed look above. All right, really good trade together. I love starting a Monday like this. Look above, fail. That 135s we talked about, failure, and we've gone straight down into these key levels. You've got to be paying yourself now, folks. So expect some kind of move back up while it makes a decision of what happens next. If they don't move up, then they go full panic mode. But you should be paying yourself here. It's a really good move. At 70, 80 points. I'm looking for VWAP on my last runner, Richard. I'm half expecting a sort of squeeze up to the 200s here, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm expected to sort of get knocked out. I've moved my stop in closer, protecting previous day value area high. Happy to get stopped out there, and it can rip back upside if it wants. No problem. And let's get this guy on as well. Developing volume. Yeah, nice work, team. Does anyone know if there's a shortcut or something I need to be pressing on Bookmap on the level 2 so that it moves with price, because I've clearly pressed something over the weekend and it's now level 2 is not moving with price. So when we start moving, I lose the screen. Would like to see a move back up, upside into these really, and then see what we do. Google now selling harder, 0.5% down. So Apple selling, Google selling. But we're into cover territory. This is not a new short territory. We are into cover territory. You should have locked in. I'd actually like to see them move up here for a little minute, just for a couple minutes, come and retest. Because this can be a pullback to go higher time frame. If they want to set like an inverse right shoulder to go higher, they can do it here. So we talked about the rotation between red and blue. So we're starting to see that. We'd like a reaction off blue and to come up here and then see how we act when we get up there. That would be nice because it would give us the opportunity to think about what's next. If we're going to break down underneath blue, then we can look for liquidity to be built out underneath. But it's not a good location to start a new short position now. Yeah, nice work, team. Lovely, lovely work here this morning. Smash that like button for me if you made money with me. That was really, to be honest, that was all planned out pre-market, right? Even in, I'll give you it, even in Discord. I don't know if you guys can see that, but 233, the level right now, no acceptance over, which is previous week value area high. So I'm watching those points, all right? So that was like 30 minutes ago, 40 minutes ago. 233 is what I was watching right here. No acceptance over it, and that's exactly what we got at the open. Same move. It's just watching the order flow once we rejected above. That's all it was. Feels like they want to do that bear flag breakdown, but I'd love to see them move higher first. I really would love to see them move higher first. They're selling pretty heavy at these lows here. You can see there's a bid on the tape at 150. They're looking for that V up and break underneath. I want to see them move higher first, though. I really don't want to just see it flush under, but we'll see what they do. Protecting VWAP so far and London highs. So squeeze probably starts over 88s, 90s into, or really into 200s, but Google finding a bid here. So I'll be watching those 200s now. Previous week value area high in 200. See if they sell. They're starting to build out volume here. So you want to watch here 190s. If we get through 990s, we're very thin up to 35s. Very thin up to 35s. So I'm not going to trade this long. I'm just going to wait and see what we want to do. Because I don't have a overall directional bias in this market. I think we're just building out lots of liquidity. So if we pop up and I see sellers come back in, we can think about that move lower. Mate, this is really annoying that it's doing this. I want to chase it, see it. 74s. Feel like they want to clean these wicks out at the lows first. And if they do, maybe they come right down into that previous day. Point of control down here. Big area down here, but just built out a load of volume down here. So they're just trading between the sort of 190s and the 150s. Break 150s, and I think we wash down to point of control. Hold 150s or failed look below, then I think we go back to 190s and there's potential squeeze. So they're trying to make their mind up here. If we get a kill candle here, it could be pretty nasty, I would say. Compression. That VWAP just underneath. Nice, Awani. Yeah, lovely work, Awani. That's the way to do it. Make your money nice and early and jump off. What a great way to start your week. Well done. I'm watching to see if we can flush down straight through this. It will be interesting if they put a kill candle in here through all this delta at the bottom, because we've got lots of strong selling at the lows and then not finding acceptance under it. So again, I'm just runner at the moment, trying to manage it to see if we can break down. Big buyer here at 50 keeps reloading. I think he gets washed out. Here we go. Come on. Let's play ball. Let's play ball. Let's play ball. Let's get under VWAP. Let's play ball. Yes. There we go. All right. Thank you for playing bull market. All right. So let's see if we can get down into point of control now. Make sure you're covering some here in case there's a look below and fail. Lovely jubbly. All right. Let's build out for a second. So some absorption on the tape there. They're trying to absorb it down here. I don't know if they're going to achieve that, but that's what they're attempting to do. Man, there's got to be a way of locking this. So toggle DOM panel is always on top. It's going to make me click it all the time. There's got to be. I've definitely pressed something. Auto recenter. There we go. Thank God for that. Oh, lovely. Here we go, folks. Oh my God, what a way to start the week. Thanks very much. Thank you very much. Here we go, folks. Here we go. Strong selling coming in. This is what we wanted to see. Absolutely beautiful. Move your stop down with it. Can we get to previous day point of control? Be nice. Gorgeous. What a gorgeous move. You are now up over 100 points from that trigger. You're welcome. It's you're 20 minutes into your day. 20 minutes into the day. That might be the start of the reversal there. Lots of excess on that low. Let's see, though. I think for me, they're going to have to reclaim 150s. Yeah, 150s, 160s. Failing to reclaim that, we can still move lower, but they're going to attempt it. Runners only now, please, folks. Thank you very much for playing. It's nice when they don't play too many games and they just give us really nice moves on a Monday morning. It does make me happy. It does make me happy. Here you go. So they're trying to test back up towards those 150s. I'd say 155. We get thicker into 160, 165. So 155, 165. But just manage your position. I'm not going to let this reclaim VWAP for me. I'm not going to give too much back. I was trying to come back in and walk this up now. So you're going to get that 55 to 65 test. As soon as we come out here, big buyers trying to step in here. Big volume coming in there. You can see sellers are trying to absorb it on the tape here, but we're coming into that 55 to 65 test I just talked about. So really nice move to start the day. That can happily be it for me. When we catch 100 points that early, you know, think about how many traders give you 100-point gifts to start the day. How many days give you that? Not that many. So when you get it on a Monday morning, when we're in rotational range, be happy and thankful for what you've just made. Do not force the next trade. All right, that's a really beautiful way to start the day. Really good. It's very possible. Like we're drifting into an old imbalance that we created about 3 a.m. this morning. 3 a.m. to 3:30. We have a pivot which we are currently holding into 21s, right? So if you look at Friday afternoon high and that sort of 7 o'clock last night high, we are drifting straight back into it. So basically, what's that? Asia high? Yeah, the Asia high and Friday high. Let me, where are you guys gone so I can show you? All right, so we're drifting back into these pivots. Asia high, Friday high, this level here. All right, so if we think about this, what happened? Friday, walk down, found a bid overnight, found a bid, base above, coming back to test this zone, right? We don't know now if they want to bid back up. This can easily be, think about this, liquidity, liquidity, liquidity. They can easily bid this back up if they want. Failing to bid it back up means what? Well, we're going to come into previous day point of control, previous week point of control, previous day value area low. If we start losing these levels here, this is out the newsletter, all right? If we start losing value from weeks and days, we have gap fill potential underneath. If we lose that gap, the market gets very, very, very weak. It's a very different market at that point, right? We are frothy, but you know, our job when we're day trading is to make the easy money. I'd say we've done that at the moment. We might keep selling today, I don't know, but we can look for re-entries as and when. We definitely trap buys in that move just to VWAP. There's big buying stepped in there, right, into 50s. We talked about 55 to 65. Maybe I should have given it a bit more room, but I wanted to make sure I locked something in on a Monday morning. Nice start to the week. Yeah, lovely start to the week. Nice work, everyone. Nice start, everyone. Yes, news at 10 o'clock. That's 4 more minutes. Remind myself what that is. Oh, I've lost one of my screens. Alex has got Monday morning brain, I think. Closing down things without thinking. What's the date? 3rd. PMI. So yeah, you can see this battle now. I'm fully out of this. We just tagged the higher time frame algo as well, by the way. So those of you trading strictly flow zones, there is your higher time frame algo. Where's Mr. Lower time frame? He will be above us somewhere. He must be snuck in somewhere. Oh, it's very tight. Okay, we're in liquidity build. Right, there's higher time frame, lower time frame, and surprise, surprise, we're building liquidity in between these levels. All right, those are your multi-time frame algos that they like to build liquidity at. All right, so when we get convergence where we go back over this, squeeze can happen. If we get this cross here, we can start getting bigger moves downside. Well, my thoughts on BTC losing 107s. Let's have a look. I did go over this in Discord the other day. The problem with BTC at the moment is you are past the 1,000-day bull run. All right, so historically it gives up to 80% back. All right, so you have to understand that once we hit like here, you are over 1,000 days of a bullish run. Historically, it can give up to 80% back. Do I think it gives 80% back this time? I'm not convinced, to be honest, because we've got different legislation coming in. However, we are clearly basing, extension, and this is building out liquidity. I'd say a failure under here, failing under hundreds, we probably go back towards these 70s, or definitely down into this sort of imbalance down here, 98 to 88. So it doesn't look, it's definitely not a position I'd be taking a new money long in. Let's put it that way. I would let this cool right off. Yeah, it's not necessarily bearish in terms of structure yet, but it's definitely not something I'd be buying. If you were bearish at the top and playing that rotation, you look good for a downside move. Did I just have you on the wrong chart for that whole thing? I'm so sorry. Told you, I've got Monday morning brain, fog brain. But yeah, it looks, I'd say, somewhat bearish. We're into a zone in BTC where I wouldn't necessarily be bullish on it. All right, you can see this absorption down here. Buyers are trying to step in and hold this up here. This is why we covered down here. It's a waiting game now. I mean, this can afford, it can well afford a drift back up at least to check 158s, which is what we did here, and 165. If we get through this volume here, then we're going to go right back upside. If we keep rejecting it, we have got targets down below. There are absolutely clear targets down below to aim for right now, all right? Previous day and previous week targets. We're just building out liquidity. Yeah, news coming here in 10 seconds. PMI, assuming they have that news with the government closed, but there you go. Here's your PMI candle. There's been some decent buying down at these 30s on the book. Holding up, like absorbing against those 30s on the book. We'll see. We'll see. There's definite clear targets below. It's just whether it's got any juice in it. But I'm fully out of this now. We got 100 points. Even if we break down here, we can still think about rejoining. But structurally, on that 30-minute, hourly, etc., it's a bit risky. There we go, though. They're going to sell it. They're going to come for that previous day point of control by the looks of it. I'll just be careful here. If you're still short in this, you look okay if you're holding runners, but just be very careful. These are your targets, right? This is your value from Friday, right? This is the most traded level from Friday. Expect a reaction from there. This is the most traded level from last week. If we start letting go of these levels, it's going to get way, way more bearish as we move under value. Gap fill is all the way down here into 26,000, by the way, for those of you. So you got another 100 points if we're actually going to go for gap fill. I wouldn't rule out right now, but very, very bearish moves this morning. Apple driving that. But yeah, these are your cover points here, folks. So please, if you haven't already paid yourself, TP1, TP2, TP3, okay? We already had it. What was the 10 o'clock news then? Have I got that wrong? Did they move it? It definitely was 10 a.m. news. Oh, ISM. My bad. Or is it ISM? Yeah, it was PMI. ISM manufacturing PMI. What did it come out as? Prices down. New orders higher than expected. Bit of a mixed bag there in the read. Just be careful with the delta heavy at these lows. All right, we know this is a covering point. If they're starting to take new short positions here, you have got build out of liquidity above now. So I would say bulls right now, they just spent all that time trying to absorb here. If you keep rejecting it, there's a chance to move lower, but your location is lost. If bulls reclaim this, then I would say this is a failed look below, and then you might at least get a drift into there. While we do that, I know it's early in the session, but I'm going to use the bathroom. We've made good money in here. I'm going to use the bathroom and I'll be right back, all right? Okay. Yeah, PMI beat and ISM missed. So employment up slightly, prices paid down slightly, new orders up slightly. I mean, until we get like the government back and we get like the true data of like NFP and CPI and stuff, which is all estimates at the moment. I mean, that might be the catalyst when they go back to work and we actually get them. Apple's still selling. We are right into that level on the hourly now. All right, and we get way thicker into that previous week POC. Really like get way thicker into 26,050. Yeah, I'm done with this at the moment. Just let it just build out now. How many of you have made your daily targets off that first move or got close to? It's a decent move to start a Monday, honestly. It's really good. I think there was a lot of people, probably exuberant bulls coming in who just will not obey structure. These are your cover points now. This is how you need to trade, folks. Like you see it, you take it, you lock it in. A heavy selling coming in here. Let's see what happens here. They need a breakdown here. That was big selling coming in there. They are trying to absorb it on the book. And see, these guys are non-stop. In fact, I don't like that setting on absorption. Where are you? Yeah, I did, Garbs. I said I was looking for a fail break above 33s. I said it pre-market. I said it during the open. I said the moment we get buyer stuck above there and I see the rotation, that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, VIX is Pumperama coming up for that previous day high 1840s. So we're at 1840s now, previous day high 1853. So break above that, and we're going to go 19s. We start doing that, this market's going to get very scared. But starting to see a bit of cooling off here on the VIX. So that opening drive on the VIX was from PDC straight up towards PDH. How we act at PDH will be key. ES still breaking down. ES is into its old new week opening gap. All right, ES still into its old new week opening gap. VIX up 5.39% on the day. Very close to this, an old anchored VWAP down here into 72s. I'm going to get rid of, must be from Friday. Well, we're trading at previous day point of control. You know, we've slowed down here. If we flush this, we come previous week point of control. And your last targets are really down here, right? This is gap fill. That would be your new week opening gap filled and previous day value. Right, you'd expect covers definitely to come in there. So if you're still holding a runner, you look okay right now. We're just walking this down. This looks somewhat controlled other than this morning print. This is pretty controlled. We haven't washed anyone out yet, which is why I'm hesitant to think about doing anything down here. You know, a move back into here and a failure is a much better opportunity to get to reshort, especially based on volume. So we might start to see that now. In fact, let's redraw that out. It's a bit thick up there. Come on, Tradeify, wakey. There we go. Nice. So they caught some sellers at those lows. Big buying coming in here. I'd say any hold of 10s, 4s now, they can squeeze out back into this level up here. VIX, What is this move on VIX? That's wild. So failing at the high, I'm watching it on a 5 minute there. There's a nasty whip around. Failing at the high, came straight back down to its RBS, found a bid in like a second. So just let this settle down for a minute on the VIX. The fuck? No, what have I done here? Linked them. That's why. Why is it trying to link everything? Mate, I'm having tech nightmare here this morning. Okay, back to point of control on the day where we got thick. I'd like to see us revisit up here, really. Bulls definitely stepped in from that low down there. Starting to build out a bit more volume here now. No, it's all good, Garbs. Yeah, I did lay it out, even in the pre-market show, even here. Look at this. This is like an hour ago now, over an hour ago. 233 the level, no acceptance over, which is around previous week value area high. So I'm watching those points. It got slapped up on the drive up. See, no buys up there into supply. It got whacked. All right, so I'm telling everyone in this drive here this morning. Right, if you look here, see this huge volume, huge delta. Where did it get offside? Right into the highs. All right, so any buyer who attempted to buy up here into the red box got slapped. So we revisited it. They tried again, got slapped. 233 was the level. That was your over under. We let go. Started short here, covered into here, added back down, covered into this box here, and runners. I think I covered into VWAP. I don't think I even got all this. I think I let that come back up. So now we've dug down into previous day. Remember, this is fair value from Friday, and we're starting to find a bid back up. Remember, I said this is very controlled. I'd say this part here was genuine selling. This is a walk down. You want to be careful. We're going to come and revisit this now. Now, if we reclaim this, look where we're thin. Guess where we can go? Right back upside, all right? Because we're going to go, we just talked about it, level to level. Think about how the market likes to trade, all right? We checked supply. We failed. We came down to this pool here. We found a bid. We failed that bid. We came down and we checked previous day's point of control. We're going to come up to where we tried to find a bid. If we fail that, we come back into here. This will be the rotation. If we fail this, this. If we fail this, this. If we fail this, this. If we fail this, oh my God, watch out below. All right. So all we're doing right now is finding a bid off Friday's fair value to come and revisit this and check it. The question is now, do sellers come back in the market and say, no, 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 go back down? is where the volume was built up. All right, so edge to edge. So buyers need to protect sort of 20s. I'd say they can afford even to come down into here. Sellers actually got stuck under 16s. Definitely at that low under 90s. But I'd say, yeah, if buyers can hold a pullback here, they can have a second leg higher, but we're coming into that level. Sellers are in total control right now. It's just whether buyers are intent on holding this level here that we're drifting back into now. Sellers did get stuck under here, so this is the opportunity for buyers to defend. If they fail to defend, we're just going to reject this top side of the node, reject bottom side of the node, then new lows on the day are possible. VIX is still going. VIX is attempting to break out here and get back up to, I think it's a previous day high. Can I take Globex off? Oh, my stomach grumbling around. All right, so here's the level. This is where sellers got stuck. How we act now is important. If they don't protect previous day point of control, and then we're going to make a new low. This is just a pullback to move lower. This is the chance. Buyers will need to step in here. I would say anywhere from 04s to 91s. If they don't step in, it is big problems for these buyers because they're going to get a breakdown new low. All right, joining if we can set up a lower high now to get a flush. If we're going to set up a lower high here, I'm interested if I can see strong selling on the tape, which I'm seeing right now. And we're past that point of absorption. We're going to break. Oh, you're going to go without me. You're going to go without me. So the next cover point is 50s now. So we're going to go from previous day to previous week. All I wanted is a last little shove up there and then the flush. Once I saw the strong selling come in and the buyers giving up. I think we're going to go to previous week here. So let's see. VIX still going, folks. VIX still going. It's going for previous day high. We're into an old point of control here. You need to be careful adding a new position here. It can be a failed look below. That's a shame. That's a little bit of a miss on my part. I would have preferred, it did everything we wanted. Like from here, I would have preferred to get short in here. Something like this would have been nice so I can get a starter on, covers into that, and then hold runners for that breakdown. So we'll see how they react into here now, but we've just taken that liquidity out internally, so I want to be a little careful. They're looking pretty good. There was good buying, or there was covering at that low, under 90. Let this feather out itself. Considering longs, yeah, I mean, for me, it's not a long yet. It's not a long yet. We're at points of interest, but there's nothing structurally. There's no buyers on the tape quite yet. VIX is still trying to break out of the highs. Until we get that move structurally, I'm not interested in the long. I think we get a continuation lower until it proves otherwise. Got it. It's my first day here. How do I get into your Discord? Oh, sorry, Garbs. Well, welcome. First of all, thanks for joining. Discord is for members that do the course. So it's a one-time fee. 649. You will get 10% off if you use code FCT. It's a 20-hour course with the flow zones and Discord for life. The reason I do it for that way is just because if you're new to trading my style and you come in the Discord and you haven't done the course, you're probably going to, first of all, get lost. And second of all, we like Discords where everyone's on the same team looking for the same things. So it's supportive. So hopefully that makes sense. But there's absolutely no pressure to do it, Garbs. There's loads and loads of free education on my YouTube. So make sure you like how I trade and how I teach first. But yeah, we've just rebalanced the whole of that H1, basically. We come right into that old point of control. We do start to get thick here on the profile from previous week. So I'd say basically from 100s down to 50s, definitely down to 36s. But these are cover points. So I don't really want to action a new short here unless there's clear momentum, which we had, and it went without me, without offering me something to get involved in. Apple's starting to find a bid here. All of the rest of the mag are green, so it's just Apple lagging behind. So just be careful with that. VIX cannot take out previous day high. Keeps attempting, keeps failing. I still think the key level here is basically 15 to 20. If sellers still protect that, there's chance for new lows. It's just, it's ugly to try and auction down here lower, but there we go. Not much on the book underneath. There's a 26,000 guy. So he's got 100 points if we're going to get down there, which will be old value, I think. Let's have a look. Pretty sure that's old value. Yeah, gap fill. So cash gap if we get down there. So he's got a passive order sat there on the book trying to encourage the market to get down to it. But at the moment, we're not seeing that move. VIX is still holding up. It's still trying. We're not seeing continuation yet. Doesn't mean it doesn't come. We're just not seeing it yet. Strong selling here, folks. Now they're trying to hold. There was really strong selling coming under 90s there. This guy right here, 125 lot at the market. So he might get stuck. Look, it's same size, probably the same guy. 125 lot, 125 lot. I'd say your 15s are pretty key here, where we've just traded up to on the book map. Just a tighter range here in this volume. Yeah, 15s to the current low is where they're building out. Someone's going to get stuck here. There's lots of attempts at absorption here. Still protecting the flow zones. Everything's pointing downside at the moment, but you're in covering points. Not a new position to really take a short at the moment. That drive up to Globex was good, but the way we just collapsed instantly is not ideal. Not ideal in terms of structure, but it was good. No doubt about it. Right at previous day point of control. So we can chop here for a bit. We're getting stuck here. This is where we got stuck Friday as well. I'd say the main damage has been done, even from the swing points. If we go to that sort of low to the high, we're into that golden pocket now. So I'm looking at that 2 a.m., 1 a.m. low, all the way to the high, to current high day. We are in golden pocket. So again, location not ideal for a short. We've rebalanced everything. We're into volume, which is not a good location to be short. Not unless the market starts really showing aggressive selling and flipping. So I would not want to enter a short here, especially now that it offered that trap and didn't really set anything up for us to join. It just, as soon as I read it, it had gone already. So while this develops, I'm going to grab, you know, let me save this before I forget up here. And grab myself a refill on the coffee there, folks. And be right back. Please don't short the lows. Don't get yourself caught. All right, just let this develop out. Oi! The battleground continues. The battleground continues. VIX still wants that higher day. It's coming right into it now. So relative strength on NQ again. Like we said, the MAG holding this market up. Let's just have a quick look at the breadth in this market today. I bet it's terrible again. Yeah, absolutely god-awful. This is the problem right now. This is what we went over in the newsletter. Breaking down here, folks. Oh, my screen doesn't like moving FinViz over. I don't know why. Come on. All right, this is the problem. There is no breadth in this market. Look at every sector other than tech. Take Microsoft, Nvidia, Amazon, Tesla, and Meta out of the party. It's horrible out there, right? It's awful. And this is why you're getting the ES selling off, because ES was obviously stacked with financials and healthcare, which we don't have in the Qs. Qs is just basically all these tech guys, and these Mag 7 are worth 60% of the Qs. So that's why you're seeing relative strength. Unfortunately, we're trying to short a stronger asset right now, just to make it extra hard on ourselves. But here you go. Down to previous week point of control here. What's that platform? That's just FinViz. Here's previous week POC. So if you were still in this short, this is your next cover point. Next move is for gap fill all the way down here. Starting to get extended, folks. You are starting to get extended away from those flow zones. Be careful. VIX now through. Oh my gosh. Might want 19s here on a VIX, honestly. So your last trigger point, you're looking for gap fill now on your runners. You're looking for gap fill on your runners. Back to previous week point of control. VIX still moving. Can you get the gap fill is the question. They're pretty extended here from that shelf where you just broke down from. I'd say if they reject 50s to 80s, you might be able to, you might get a gap fill if you're still holding. Did ES complete it? ES is already through it. ES is going for previous day low here. So the weakness in the breadth of the market is just NQ holding up. Meta now gone red. Apple back into a sell. You might well get your gap fill here, folks. You might get gap fill and your Globex low. So your covers are definitely into 2620s. All right, Globex low just under that. Gap fill will be 26,000. Previous day value area low just under 26,000. This is your next cover point here. This is annoying how it built that out, unfortunately, at the lows. Would have liked drive higher to trap, but there we go. VIX still going. Big risk off market. If tech starts selling, this thing's going to absolutely puke. The only thing holding this up right now is Tesla, Nvidia, Microsoft, Google, and Amazon, just the big ones. We're still green on the day on NQ. ES now down almost 1/3%. So look at this strong selling. Here come the cover points. You can see them on the book. So this is where they want to cover. We just talked about into PDC, into Globex, into previous day value. Make sure you've paid yourself. If you're still in this short, well done. You've managed it really, really well. Be careful if it breaks POC. We're very thin. Above 50, we're very, very thin up to 80. All right, these candles here, we're very thin, straight back up. Nice work. Tyson got it. Great day. Lovely work, mate. Like I said, someone was calling for the bullish moves and was saying, you know, there is nothing structurally to say we're bullish. All right, flow zone's very clear, isn't it? Look at your trend. Multi-time frame trend down. Flow zone's down. We let go of key levels. We're trading into some key zones, but we don't just buy because we get there. We need to see buyers come in the market. Even more than that, we want to see sellers stuck. We definitely are not seeing that right now. You're seeing these markets sell off. But the mag holding up. 6 of the mag still green. That's what's holding us up. Initial balance now set, so you can think about IB plays here. So continuation versus IB rotation. You can think about the rotation point very clearly into 150s, 140s, 150s, right? So your IB low here. If you get a look below and fail and they reclaim, they're going to go for that VWAP area. If we're going to go for a trend day, you've got clear targets down here. Remember, ES is approaching previous day low. That's where it's trying to get to. So here, into the cover points here, getting thick here on the book. Getting very thick here on the book. Has ES made it yet? It's very close here on ES to previous day low, folks. Very, very, very close to previous day low on ES. There's my mouse. There you are. Seller's still in control. If you're still holding this, I still think you look good. Well, I'd say 26,000 as your cover point, RAF, and then after that, 25,890s, or 25,920s, and then 25,890s. You might well get it. If they start to go risk off with ES, you might well get it. Here's your Globex. Globex now taken. So there's your cover point on Globex, that orange line. Still heavy. This is still a heavy, heavy market. These are your cover points. Yes, still looking to go for previous day low. It's in its old new week opening gap now. VIX is absolutely flying. 1880s now. Next stop is 1910 to 1940. We're still not seeing tech join in. This is what's worrying all these like bigger funds in the market, is that the market is awful right now. It does not look good, but the buying continues to take place into the mag. We've been like that for years, but now more than anything. Crypto selling hard, yeah. I see Bitcoin 4.47% down. Everything's getting slapped. All the indications were there. But with us on NQ, we've got to be patient. We're not seeing it yet. We're nothing more than range rotation. Look at the previous day. We're still inside previous day. We're still inside previous week. Until we get breaks outside of previous days and previous weeks. Once we get breaks outside of that and we start letting go of ranges, we can get bigger moves. Would I say today is a trend day down? I'd say this morning is in a trend day. I wouldn't say in any other time frame. So far, we've been in a trend this morning, but we're at initial balance low. Look at your daily chart. Have we moved outside of Friday's range? No. We haven't even closed the gap yet to Friday. So we're just in a rotation. Daily chart's telling you we're in rotation. If we start letting go of previous week lows, or at least that Friday, Thursday low, which is what's that cover point there? We start letting go of sort of 860s, 850s, we can drive right down into the low 700s. We let go of 700s, we're going 500s. But until that point, we are not in a daily sell. We're not even in an hourly sell at the moment. I mean, we are selling in this hourly candle, but we're in internal range on the hourly, right? So your low pivot on the hourly is 850. Your high pivot is basically a high of day, 277. So you've got 400 points being pivoted on the hourly. Still holding. Nice, Peter. So you can see these covers into the 100s. They're on the Bookmap. Passive buyers just sat there looking to get filled into Globex, which is currently protected. PDC, which would be your cash gap, fill below it. Previous day value area low. If we start flushing that, then I'd be watching for previous week value area low. This is everything in here is straight out the newsletter. Has ES done it? I have to keep flicking backwards and forwards. Very close. ES didn't quite do it. Same on my spiders. Into its gap, but did not get to previous day low. Has filled its current week gap, but has gap fill potential for previous week all the way on ES down to 827. All right, 6827. Your previous day low is 6843. So you got 10 more points into that previous day low if you're going to get it on the ES. You're going to get this sell. Think they want value. Gap fill. It's very close. Let's try. Just hanging out under IB. Remember, if we keep rejecting IB, or even if we go above IB and then let go of IB, then we can think about a bigger move. VIX coming back. So VIX probably wants to back check previous day high that it broke out from. Sellers trying to absorb here into 30s and 40s. Again, I'd be very careful if we get above previous weak point of control. We're very thin, right? So from 50s, we can spike right up into the 90s. There's a 40-point shove up there. Very, very easy on thin volume if they do that. I would expect they will sell that if they do that move anyway, especially if they leave low-hanging fruit down below. Let me see. Your low-hanging fruit here is gap fill and value area lows. Nice PD, good work. Yep, did the same. Didn't hold all the way down. Got my 100 points. Was done with it. Consider a reset up if they offer it. Into that previous week point of control. Like I said, we get thin above here. Want to be careful if they trade through this to the upside. Shelf doesn't start again until sort of 80s and 90s up into here. So if they trade through this, they can come up into here. Sellers would want to protect where we get thin above this on this shelf. Failing to protect it, we come straight into the next level, which would mean the sellers at the lows will get caught. And you're starting to see delta flip to buys here. So into an imbalance here. And this is the level. So if they squeeze through this, they go straight up into 80s and 90s. And then you have to see if sellers come back on the book there or not. Here comes VIX for that previous day high check that we talked about 5 minutes ago. So just going from level to level, like we talk about, it's just gut checking each level. Are sellers still here? If the answer is yes, okay, we're going to go test the back to the low. Are there buyers still here? If the answer is no, we're exhausted, we make a new low. If there's no sellers still up here, then we're going to go reclaim inside current day's value and probably trade back into the upside for a little bit. What we said, tech still very, very, very strong. The rest of the market, terrible, but tech still strong. Everything other than Apple, still green. Let that sink in. Every tech, every Mag 7, 6 of them still green. Pretty much everything else in the market in a sell. Like that's the hard thing with trying to play NQ right now is you're playing against relative strength. Does not make it easy. There's still some selling. They're trying to come up here, but I think now they might as well let it drift all the way up into almost 100 really. At least into this shelf here, 90s to 100s. 80, I'd say, yeah, 80s to 100s. We get thin in sort of 117s. This delta. We've gone buy side now after we had that low. Wasn't much selling down there. A little bit down here, but you can just see the flip back to buy side as these late sellers get squeezed out now. So all the guys who shorted at the lows getting squeezed out, and you got to see if bigger hands come back on the sell as we come back into these key levels now. That's the question. So IB to VWAP, not out of question, is it? I don't love that trade today because you're going so far against the grain, but at the moment, it doesn't look that far out of the question, you would have to say. There's that shelf, 90s, 100s. Yeah, they're trying to bid this back up. You got a seller into 100. I don't think there's much above at the moment. Not really. So it just feels like nothing more than a squeeze out here of those sellers who got caught at the lows. And it will perk my interest. Whatever it does next is starting to perk my interest because we've moved away from those lows. So if buyers really want to step in and this market starts to rotate, the broader market starts to rotate and cover, then we can think about longs. But really, I want to look for a bull trap to go lower at the moment, given what I'm seeing in the market. Just insane strength from tech. Insane. We're just in that AI era. All the money's gone into that, and everything else is, getting ignored. The rotation is just AI only, basically. AI only rotation. Are we going to go all the way back down now and test where those sellers got stuck? We've just squeezed straight up. We haven't done a second leg up yet. We're into this shelf. We just talked about that move to 90s, didn't we? So we're testing 90s. If we get through 90s, we're probably going to go sort of 120s. If we reject these 90s, we're going to come back down and test towards low of day. Then they're going to ask the question, are you really there? So I'm interested in this sell side at the moment if we start getting heavy. Two leg would be more preferable to trap a few more buys in first. A little two leg and a failure, and then a rotation down into here as a cover point I would be somewhat interested in. Let me draw it. Oh my gosh. Okay, sellers are trapped down here. I would like to see a two leg. Doesn't have to come all the way up here, but some kind of failure, and then a backside, cover points in here, and then we've got low hanging fruit below to play for. So a two leg would be fine. If we start reclaiming all value, remember value on the day now is here. If we're going to just protect previous day's value, what's that telling you? That we just want to trade inside. Remember, this was Friday's value. All we've done today is trade inside. So the other thing is very, very possible we just rotate for multiple sessions. Because so far we've protected Friday. And I think ES has done the same. Yeah, it still hasn't got under Friday's low. So we're protecting Friday. We're just inside Friday's range right now. Let's see if they can go a second leg up and then see what happens. Starting to squeeze. This is good. This is what I want to see. No, PD, no challenges for me. I focus on money. I don't agree with, I mean, it's a personal thing. I think the moment you get into competition with trading, you've lost your edge because you're going to focus on, well, can I get on the chart or can I beat this guy? I've seen it. I've seen them all talk about it. Like, oh, I'm going to take a short because this guy's long, so I want to have something in the market. Like, you stop trading your edge and you start trading what other people are doing or inverse. It basically effectively means your ego takes over your trading rather than your edge. So no, not for me. Focus on money. Although my laptop is at 100 and you're still quiet. Maybe it's just my laptop. I don't think I'm quiet. Maybe I've moved the mic away a bit, but the readings on my screen are not quiet right now. All right, reaction of previous day's point of control and of that range we just talked about is potential they go IB to VWAP. It's not, it would be pretty common trade, wouldn't it? But we will see. When in doubt, zoom out. Absolutely. Absolutely, mate. Look at the wedge we're building on the higher time frame. If I can find you guys to show you. All right, think about this on the hourly. All right, doop, doop. All right, that's what we're building. Rotation. All right, do sellers step back in and go towards these lows, or do we need another leg higher? I'd love to find a way of being involved for new lows if tech's going to let go today, which it doesn't look like it really wants to do right now, but we will see. Starting to see this move. I'm interested. I'd like one little peak higher first. I might not get it. They're rejecting volume right now. This feels like just like earlier when they just reject it instantly. I'd like to see one more peak higher into this and then collapse underneath this volume and expand back down into here. ES back to PDC as well. Currently rejecting PDC and flow zones and VWAP on the ES. Come on, one more push higher first. Trap those bulls, please. Thank you. LJ says I'm done. 1.1k from IBL to 9 EMA. No, very nice. Richard, my third payout was approved on Thursday with one account. So glad you did a segment for Ninja Trader and I found your channel. It has really changed my trading. Nice, Richard. So another 990 for you. Lovely work, mate. I'm glad you found it helpful. I'm glad you found it helpful. Just sort of trading in this pocket here so you can see. This is where I have to get rid of this absorption indicator. It's messy. But I'm going to get rid of it. It's annoying me. Get out. Right. You can see sellers tried here at the lows. Biggest sell volume here, 352 at the lows. He got stuck. So we've drifted upside from him. So all the time we're protecting sort of 37s, those buyers at the lows are in control because the sellers are at the lows are in pain. We trade under that, and we're going to let them out, and there's going to be more pain in this market. But I would like one more push up first. That's what I'm looking for. Currently, we've just traded into this volume. You can see this node here. We're rejecting that volume, rejecting previous day point of control. Makes me think we want to come and get into previous day value area low. But I'd like one more squeeze and then I let go personally. But the market doesn't seem to give me what I want at the moment. So let's just see. Well, that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'd like. I think we've got unfinished business at these lows as long as they don't protect it. So they've got a chance to make a higher low here and do one more squeeze out first. Think about this pivot. If they protect this, this is your first higher low. They come up into here and then maybe we get that failure. So I don't really want to be short into here. If they just let go of it, it's just, it is what it is. I'd like this really, or this, or even this. Right, I want them to protect this, come up, encourage lots of bulls to get in, and then slam it down. Lovely work, Stefan. Yeah, TPT's a game changer, man. Just paying yourself every day on it feels good. I'm due another payout today as well. Here we go. So they're trying to put in this high low. We'd like one more squeeze out. It can fail this high as well. I'm not against it failing up there on that high because we did leave some buyers trapped up above 96. So not totally against that, but a higher high would be better and then a failure and backside. I'm trying to be patient. Trying to be patient. I'm not playing the long back up here. Not interested in the long back up here. Maybe some of you are interested in it. I'm not interested in that long back up here. Well, ES is just at PDC and VWAP, so I wouldn't say pushing. You know, it's not broken out of anything. It's in a strong downtrend. It's put in a low, yes, but it can easily reject PDC and VWAP and Globex here. Right? It's still inside its old new week opening gap. So any failure up here, it's the same thing. If they fail up here, they're going to come back down for that previous day low. So just have to watch and see how we act here. We're in sort of decision point for this market. I'd be careful convincing yourself of like saying things like pushing if you're trying to convince yourself it's a long. If you think about the high today on ES, it was 6,909. The low was 6,850. Right, you've moved 20 points away from that low, but you're still below both VWAPs and Globex and PDC. You haven't reclaimed any key level yet on ES. Now that can change, and then you can think about it, but you've not reclaimed any key level. You've not come back down and tested 55s. So I'd be somewhat cautious about saying things like that. It's just a bounce. It's just a bounce off the lows because we don't move straight down. I'm only trying to protect you. It's just a little bit off the low because why? Because it's same as this. We came into cover points, right? Shorts are smart. Aren't they? Some of them are smart like us. So we cover here. You don't get short down here. The shorts that get down here, they're getting squeezed out. We can come up here, maybe encourage some bulls to come back in and still trade lower on the day if it wants. Biggest problem is knife catching. Yeah, that's most traders' biggest problem is trying to pick the tops and pick the bottoms. That's why I teach the way I teach. Look at my flow zones. Is there any signal yet telling you to go long? I mean, you've got a higher low here, but in terms of bigger structure, what is the main move on the day? Here's your sell signal. It's down. Flow zones down. VWAPs down. Higher time frame currently down. Inside value. We might squeeze up and test some area of value, but there was no reason to be catching this. Like the only possible buy would have been this that I talked about, and I'm not trading that for the upside because it's counter trend of what we've seen this morning. There's your main move. I'm looking for a two leg anywhere here that I can maybe think about a sell into, unless we keep squeezing and squeezing and squeezing and reclaim everything. Can only play what's in front of me. We've had the good move today. We sold it. We had the buyers trapped. Let it develop, right? Just let it develop now. We've had a really good move. I'm looking for sells. I'm going to look for sells back down. That's what I want to see in this market. I want to see buyers get trapped, try and force this market and get stuck, and us reattack that low of day and possibly close the gap. So I'm interested in the sort of areas that we're in at the moment. Like I said, if they fail this high, I'm still interested because I know it's a contentious point, but I would like it to do one more move higher, get some bulls involved. We've got this liquidity up at 150 now. He's quite annoying that he's added there. Is he on this book? Yeah, what a dick. Don't like seeing that. I really want it to go to 150 first. That would mean the second level up here gets revisited. I don't really want to see that. Starting to fail at that last candle here. Midpoint, Globex. VIX not found a bid yet, still drifting downside since that big push and squeeze out is coming to a key level. Inverted head and shoulders, yeah, maybe, but again, you're playing counter trend, and that's what all the bulls are going to be looking for. The main move this morning has been down, so you know, I don't think we've reclaimed any key levels. Like, we are inside current value on the day, but beyond that, until it proves otherwise, I'm welcome, like, for it to prove otherwise, encouraging it to prove otherwise, but I'd just be somewhat cautious, is what I'm saying. I think this is a squeeze out from the lows, and then I'm interested in how we act next. Don't like that guy adding up there at 150. He needs to fuck off. Might do that IB to VWAP kind of play here, and then see, which means it's going to trade through that thin volume. I want to see that gap filled. That's what I'd really like to see. Battleground here. Level there. 31s to 50s. Yeah, it looks like they do want to go between 30s and 50s at the moment. Okay, here's second leg. This is where volume gets thicker. Interested how we react when we get up here, like I talked about. Still a rotational market, but this would be IB to VWAP. I'm interested how we react here. If we just start reclaiming this volume through 40s and stuff, then not really much I can do with it. You can see passive selling up here on the tape. Is there anywhere up here that stands out? Not really. Still squeezing those shorts at the low, still getting stuck, still getting squeezed out. I think it will finish soon enough, unless they can really claim that for 50 shelf. Probably fail into 50 unless they can reclaim it. VIX still failing downside here. It's kind of ugly. The downside will be really nice if they offer it today. If they've trapped enough bulls in this squeeze up. POC now shifted here. So you got previous day point of control, current day point of control, but both double stacked here now. If they fail this, I'm really interested. Stronger selling here. Buyers attempting to squeeze this back up. Getting really interested in here. If these buyers fail, might see lower day if these buyers fail this. This is the second leg. So timing this is going to be key. Buyers caught in this candle so far. This 1 minute candle on that last push up. Nice. Here we go. This is what I was waiting for. Second leg. Lovely. Can we see expansion underneath now and go for those lows? So this is what we called for. It's all called ahead of time. This second leg. Don't know what else to say. I literally told you we're going to wait for 2 legs in towards this shelf. If we fail this shelf, if we start letting go of this shelf now, we're going to go lower day. This is the battleground now. You can see stronger selling came in down here. They want to get follow through here. Big, big contentious level. Come on. Let's let this go. Let's have some fun. Come on, mag. Stop holding up. Pain in the butt. They're still all green on a mag. It's mental other than Apple. Absolutely holding it up. Tesla's still on a tear. Once that all finishes, new lower days possible. So want to see if we fail this now for that downside move. That last candle, we trap buyers above 88. So as long as we stay heavy versus sort of 90s, there's a potential downside move here. If they reclaim that, then no bueno. Looks good, looks good, looks good. Come on, VIX, catch a bid for me. Catch a bid for me, VIX. Come on. Step on the gas, sellers. Step on the fucking gas, sellers. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Step on that gas. Let's fucking go. Sell through this. Sell through this, sellers. Come on, baby. Step on that gas. Fuck. Let's go, man. Give it, give it, give it, give it, give it, give it, give it. Pay yourself a little bit here. It's getting squeaky here as they try and get that force down. Delta looks good. Just want to see follow through. Got bids here into 45s, and then we're looking for low of day. So already paid myself. As buyers are stuck on that last move, like we talked about. We're just into the edge of volume here. You can see it gets thin. As long as we reject this volume here, we look okay. So as long as we leave these buyers up here stuck and we reject this volume, this is your rotation. This is your next cover point into this. If we let go of this, we have low hanging fruit. All right, so paying yourself on the way down. This is why I waited for the 2 legs. I wanted buyers trapped above that so I can fade that back in, cover some, and then run us down into this now. As long as we reject this volume, we look okay. Those last lot of buyers got trapped at 88. So basically, you just call it 90. As long as we keep not letting them out at 90, we look all right. Thanks, bro. Been creeping watching your videos using session volume profile and locked in 500 today. Love it. Nice work, dude. Welcome to the channel. Dex, love your energy, man. Thanks for being here, dude. There will be good Confluence, yeah, because, I mean, if you're using ICT, you're using fair value gaps, which are just imbalances. It's just like using order flow, you'll see them a little bit more accurate, but they will be there or thereabouts, same kind of thing, right? They're still stuck. So you see here where we've got that exuberant move up, 1, 2, 3, and flush straight back down through your little 1 minute imbalance. That's the same thing. So the buyers got stuck up there. That's why I didn't want to play the long. I want to stick with the shorts. VIX trying to find a bid on its 5 minute flow zones here. So again, 90s is our over under. If we can stay heavy versus 90s, I think we're okay. If they reclaim 90s, I'm not really interested. I'll just cut it and can always get back in. Like we always talk about, we can always get back into the trade. Mag's still holding up. It's very, very impressive. Let me check ES. ES trying to reclaim VWAP. So I want to be cautious here. ES is starting to get a shove. It has reclaimed PDC. Hasn't had a close above PDC or a close above VWAPs, but it's attempting to. So I want to be cautious here. I'd like to see that downside move in this market, but if it doesn't want to give it, we cannot fight it. All right, we're positioned for it, but if it doesn't want to give it, we cannot fight it. Love to just see some follow through, but look how strong the mag is. Crazy. Even the weaker ones like the Meta green today is flipping mental, to be honest, that they're willing to keep bidding on those with the lack of breadth, but that's where we're at. VIX letting go of that bid, so I want to be careful here. Big levels, same on ES. 90s are our over under right now. We're going to see follow through. They must protect it, and then we're looking for that lower day. Come on, baby. Do it now. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Need a new low here. Do not want to protect current range. Come. Stop holding on to value. Stop holding on to value. Let go of it. Oh, it's thick here. It's a battle. It's a battle. ES starting to close above. I'm becoming less interested in this by the second because ES is starting to reclaim. Don't want to see that. I want breadth to be heavy. I want breadth to be heavy. Don't like that. Like I said, stops at 90. It can't reclaim 90. Paid myself on that first move for like 30 points, but I wanted more. But can't fight it. Not going to fight the tape if they reclaim 90. Why 90? Because on that candle at 9:59, that 10 a.m. candle, at 10 a.m.? Is that 10 a.m.? Why is that time so far off? 11 a.m. Got to change it on my other screen. This move here is where they got stuck into here. Buyers above that. Yes, come on, break down for me. Come on. It's a huge level because if bears take over this, bulls are in big trouble for the day. Long from where, Retro? It's kind of useless saying that without giving a level to people in the chat. It just feels like you're just saying it for the sake of it to try and fade rather than giving Confluence or a reason. But for me, everything's pointing downside still. No reclaim and buyers are trapped in here. And until those buyers get let out, I'm not going long. Come on, just want a bit of follow through. Come on. The only thing I don't like is that delta at 60 of the sellers. Some sellers came in late there at 60s rather than at 90s. Getting tight in the range here as they battle between 60 and 90 now. Take care, Peter. Nice work today. Just on the edge of this range here. If we let go of this, look how thin we are for this move down into first cover point and then below. If we keep holding this, they're going to keep rotating between sort of 110 and here. But again, 90 is where the buyers got stuck above. So I'm not holding up to this top pivot. I don't want to see these buyers get let out above 90s. This is where they got stuck. This delta, this candle, this move. As long as sellers protect that, there is a potential rotation back down towards these lows. If sellers fail to protect that, I will just cut it, break even on the runner, and we can, you know, if it wants to trade VWAP and into this thin pocket, it can do so. That's absolutely fine. But I'm not a bidder on this market right now. Check ES. What's ES reclaiming? Still just trapped at PDC and VWAP. Apple continues to sell. So Apple 1.20% down on the day. I'll give you a readout. Tesla 2.81% up. Nvidia 2.82% up. Microsoft 0.33%. Meta 0.41% up. Google 0.40% up. Amazon 4.66. That's what's holding the market up today. So that ginormous move pre-market on Amazon. Might get stopped out here on the runner if they take out 90s, and that's absolutely fine. What was that wick? 88 to 95 is where those bulls got stuck, and then more bulls stuck above that. But I'm not going to hold for that move to highs. About to stop me out here if it has one more push. Sellers come back in, protecting those buyers, keeping them trapped for now. So very close to stopping me out there. Defending this deep pullback flow zone. The chop's going to start to build here. If we don't see follow through soon, I'll just take it off because I don't want to sit in this for hours on end. Yeah, well, it's attempt at absorption here, but if you look here, this is who got trapped. Look on Bookmap with me. Maybe I need to move this across. These guys got trapped. Look at this push. 39, 134, 194, all got trapped up there. That's what I'm playing against, their pain point. All right, these guys here. Oh. And these guys here are trapped. See these guys? I don't know if you can see that on your screen. You've got enough, but these guys are trapped. This is the shelf. This is why we just rejected it. They're trying to keep them trapped and play to low of day. That's what they're attempting to do. I'm just playing like the price action and volume in front of me. That's all I can do, folks. I can just play what's in front of me. Not what I hope, not what I think, just what's actually there. Yes, we're inside of initial balance. Yes, there's potential for a rotation to IB. Absolutely. But ES has done that move. I've got to change it on here as well, haven't I? All my charts are off by an hour because of that time change. Oh, it's annoying. I change every chart. Inputs -5. There we go. Oh, I wish my indicator updated that automatically. Oh, they just got rid of it. I thought that's what Trump said he was going to do, actually. Get rid of daylight changes. Starting to get stuck here. Lots of volume traded at 85. You can see it. 85 and 88. Tons of volume traded. Yeah, totally, Troy. Like I totally agree. It's not ideal. But yeah, I was looking for the second leg, and then backside of that second leg, once we break this and come into here, cover, and then, if they run this off, fantastic. If they don't, then it's fine. It just means like we had an attempt for this to here, we covered some. If it reclaims, it's all right. It just means we'd get no follow through. It is what it is. We're playing the momentum in front of us. We're playing the main trend on the day. We're not fighting. I'm not guessing. If we get stopped out break even on that runner, it's absolutely fine. That's how the market works. If we get follow through, great. Right, I'm going to use the bathroom again while we wait for this. .45 minutes left. It's gone quite quick today, actually, considering we've not moved that much. Well, I guess not too bad. Our IB is 233 points, so we're probably about 240 points on the day. Range is not too bad. Not too bad. We've done pretty good. We maybe could have milked that first short a bit more. I mean, we got 100 points out of it from pretty much the open. As soon as they trapped these guys, I think my best cover, unfortunately, was it here? Yeah, so I have missed a chunk there. Maybe that return back in. I was looking for this, and we called it out once it started fading, but it happened so quick. I was just looking for one of those to get a better price. You know me, I'm fussy with price. Like this was, if you go back to the 10 o'clock, you can see me call it, but it didn't pick me up, unfortunately. Buyers starting to step into this market now, so becoming less interested now. About to stop out here. So Delta's starting to step on the tape here, so maybe those shorts looking for the same move as me. So I'm out of this now, folks. Again, like I said, happy, can always get back in. Happy to play whatever I see in front of me. The way we're building out this distribution or accumulation is not particularly nice. All right, so we know that we've got trap sellers there. We have pivoted above it. Buyers have tried to absorb this. Buyers got stuck here. Now we're into this big range. Point of control has moved down here. You've got this huge level now. It's pretty big, 50, 60 points of rotation while they make their decision on what happens next. Hey, morning, Contorted. Welcome back. Hope you had a good weekend. So yeah, drifting up, you can see 95 was a big level. We've traded a lot of volume at 95 and we've traded a lot of volume at the 100s. Those stick out at the moment. 101, 108, 110. What are delta levels? Buyers stuck above 110. That's probably the biggest level is 110 at the moment. Buyers stuck above 110 or at 110. Trick or treating, nice. Yeah, did you all get dressed up? I did not. I felt awful. I went out for dinner with one of my students actually, who lives in LA, and I was not in costume. And then went for a walk around near where we live, and there's thousands of kids out in costumes, and some of the parents I didn't even recognize. One of them came up to me dressed as some like pirate or Captain Hook. I honestly did not recognize him. I felt bad. It was such a good costume. Not really a big thing in the UK. I mean, it is. It's got bigger, but like in America, I feel like Halloween's almost bigger than Christmas. One thing I should say, folks, okay, there's a few things we haven't talked about today other than the technicals on the chart. First of all, is if you are a member in the Flow Zone community, I am moving from Teachable. All right, we've already moved across. I did give you a warning to make sure you've logged into the new platform, but that will be shutting down. Teachable side will be shutting down in the next few weeks, so make sure you've moved across into the new platform, please. Those in Discord, there is a link in Discord for that new platform in case you haven't seen it. Still rejecting previous day point of control here. This is, like we said, biggest delta. We did just talk about it was into that 100s, and we just come straight into it again. So if you look at tape up here, I'm not sure how much you can see, but again, buy side delta up here. All right, this is the level, and we just sold into it, equaling that delta out. But that 100 is a big level, clearly a big level. VIX found a bid now. Microsoft's starting to it's still green, but it's bleeding down a little bit more. The other thing is, I guess Apex, I haven't talked about it. The code at the thing at the bottom is wrong. It's not 80%. It's currently 70%. You might go, oh, that's nowhere near as good. The PAs are $40. Yeah, so if you pass anything between, I think it's now and Wednesday, it's $40 for your activation fee, which is very, very, very cheap. And I think that will also apply to anything that you've already passed or any other accounts. If you had like an 80% one and you end up passing it before Wednesday, you'd have got 80% off and then just $40 to activate it, which is pretty amazing. So just a heads up on those. But yeah, code FCT for those, as always. All the links down below, all the firms that I like, all the education. If you're new here on stream, everything's down below, folks. All right, buyers still holding up here. You can see again, sellers just came in. Buyers again got stuck up here into hundreds, got sold down, and they've stepped back in passively, absorbing into 80s here. So you're just trading between 80s and 100s within 20-point range rotation. You can already see if they reclaim 100 where they want to go, 120 to the edge up here. So we're just doing 20-point range rotation. It feels like that 20-point algo is just taken over the book again for a little bit. So I'm not really interested in this at this moment. I want to play downside if it offers it, but if it doesn't offer it, there is a squeeze all the way back up if it starts really reclaiming. But I'm going to struggle to play that move today, thinking that the mag's held up well as it is. I cannot imagine a huge buying rotation coming in, but prove me wrong and I will play it. All right, prove me wrong and I will play it. So you might well get, for guys like Tyson in chat, your IB to view up play here. It might well play out. But yeah, I'm probably done at the moment. That first trade this morning made the money. And I'm going to pull another $1,000 out of TPT today. And just every day, I absolutely love it. No worries, Scott. It's not no big drawdown. That's nothing. Don't even worry about it. I mean, I haven't really looked at ES too much today. Let me have a little quick gander. I mean, it is looking like that inverse head and shoulders. It's stuck between the two VWAPs though. And I would say, ES, that shelf into 86 is probably pretty important. Is this going to let me see it? Still, I've emailed them twice. What is going on, guys? See if it will let me do it on here. It starts to get frustrating, man. You going to let me have it? It's really starting to piss me off. There we go. All right, there's ES. Yeah, 890. What did I just say? 87. So 890. That's your shelf. Your shelf on ES is into 890. Dex, that's actually just one account at the moment, but I have multiple, but I'm just due it on one account. Selling coming back in here. So that 100 level still being defended. Heavier selling coming back in here. Do they absorb this again, or is this time to finally say some sayonara and go back down to the lows? So lots of volume being built in here. We've talked about it all day, but is there going to get follow through? I'd love to see low of day get cleaned up and PDC get cleaned up. VIX finding a bid here. We can just watch this shelf here. If we start letting go of this, you know where we're going. It's the same thing. We're still inside of that volume, but my bias remains downside just based on structural plays and where those buyers keep getting stuck. Oh, man. If you do it now and tug the whole thing and don't let me in, I'm going to be very, very upset with you after I was positioned for it and you felt like you needed to go 10 points higher first. Don't you upset me. We're having a very nice day here. Don't you dare upset me. Don't you fucking do it. You absolute bastard. Ugh. What a pain. What a pain when you're positioned for it and it just wants to piss around and then won't give you the entry. Oh, you bastard, into 100. I said they were stuck up there. If any of you have caught this. Oh, my God. This is how I get very upset because I'm reading it really well and it's not giving it to me. All right, let's see if we reject volume now. Seller's completely taking over there. Let's see if we can pop up and reject volume now. Where are they offside? Thicker into 70. Okay. Let's see. See if you want to play ball here. I mean, it completed it on ES already for the who's just said that? Red Don. It's already completed it on ES. It wasn't far away on NQ. You know, you didn't miss it by much. 5-10 points. Like I always say, don't be a dick for a tick. You know, if it offers it, you take it. You get that close. I want to lean downside on this. VIX finding a bid. Here we go. Here we go. Alex was right the whole time. It just market wanted to be a bit of a bastard today before letting me have a go. So protecting this volume here. This is key now. If we start to range between these two, we will fill in this imbalance. If we get acceptance here, then we will have new low of day. All right. So if we fade this, get acceptance here, then we'll have new low of day. If we just hold these guys here and trade back inside, if we reclaim this, squeezes on. So this is your new rotation. This is failing to move lower. This is acceptance of a new low coming. So how we act here is key. This is where I'm looking for a short entry here. If we can get up to 70s, ideally. If it doesn't give it, it doesn't give it. It is what it is after join. And I'm looking for a gap fill. What's ES doing? So ES failing that VWAP as well. VIX finding a bid. Yeah, 72s or something would be really nice. If you can give me a little squeeze up and then failure. If it breaks here, I'm going to have to join, but I don't really want to. It's going to break. Come on then. 70s, please, 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 please. Get your ass up. What's up, Otis? Big love, dude. Hope you had a good morning. Bleed coming. Fuck. I wanted 70s. I really want 70s before we move lower. Bleed's coming. Bleed's coming. I don't see them holding up lower day here. I know we've got sellers stuck down here, but if we move aggressively, I don't see them holding it up. We've built too much volume here. If they don't let these guys out, there's too much buy volume stuck in here that they will start liquidating and we'll get a run lower. So if they don't reclaim 70s, that's why I'm looking for that move to 70s. I want it to... Guy with his alarm again. I want it to move to 70s just so I can make sure they want to stay firm on a sell. What did I say to migrating over another network? So if you were one of the original course buyers on Flowzone, we've moved, all right? So if you were educated on Teachable, if you did the course on Teachable, we moved about 2-3 months ago. We talked about it in Discord. An email went out 2 months ago, maybe, to move over to the new site. Teachable will no longer be available in the next 2 to 3 weeks. All right, so it will all be on the new site. So you need to move over to that new site. So check your emails. There was an email maybe a month or so ago asking you to move over and create a login. If you can't find it, just go into Discord. It will be there. As long as you put your same name and same email address that you used for Teachable, everything will be there that you already paid for. Everything's already migrated over. All right, so let's see how we act at 70s. I'm interested if they fail here. If they don't fail here, I'm not interested. This is what I'm looking for. Are we going to reject this kind of 70 range? And if we do, I'm looking for lower prices. If we reclaim, then I'm not looking to do anything at all. I want to see this reject and roll over down into here. Any reclaim of this, zero interest at all at that point. Don't like what VIX has done there. That's not a good look. So let's see. Still no entry here. Waiting to see. Doesn't look very good. Doesn't look like they're going to reject here at all at the moment. Wasn't that much selling at the lows. Maybe people were a bit impatient chasing. I don't know. Maybe under 65s. We'll see. Back to POC on the day now. No bueno. No bueno for downside. Maybe it would still come. Yes, doing. Don't like that. Back into that chop zone. Don't have bias for downside at this point. Not now. It's reclaimed 70s. Just not interested at all. It had the opportunity to do it. It needed to put in a lower high there and fail. It hasn't. It's reclaimed volume. Not interested. If we flush back down, I will definitely join in, but I'm definitely not bidding, offering against this. Look at the strong buying coming in, walking us up on Bookmap. So it needed to reject 70s. We've already traded 90s, and they're offering 100, which is gross. So they're going to try and drag it up to 100 and run those stops. And VIX just got absolutely decimated on that last 5-minute bar. We trade back under 70s, I'll be interested. Until that point, no thank you. And I'm not trading long. There's no way I'm trading long in this market right now. Too much weakness in the breadth for me to validate trading longs in this market. Hey, would love one more trade. How long we got? Not very long. 25 minutes left. How are we doing for likes? I can't even see them. Happy to do a giveaway today if we can get to 150 likes. I'll have to check the likes in a minute. All right, back down to those 70s, still holding it. So it's actually pretty bullish if we hold this level. And if we flush back down, where do we just bid off? 65s. We'd have to close under 65 now. Otherwise, I don't think I want to play. Might still come, but We need a close under 65 for me to want to play downside. Yeah, it's in the 70s now. It's in the 60s now. I'm watching this now. If they're going to flush this, this is where they're going to have to flush. They created a lot of volume just in here. Think about these, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles. Right here. It's becoming really hard to teach you at the moment because it won't let me draw. So I wanted this and a fail. They actually squeezed further through. If they hold this, this will be a bullish rotation now. Right, so we need closures sort of underneath here for that move there. And I'll play that. I will play that move if it comes, and it looks like it's developing. Big delta coming in here. Big sales coming in here. Okay, I'm very interested in this now. It's going to be a battle here. Please stop texting me, whoever that is. Fuck off. Amount of times I tell you, stop in the mornings. I'm not going to reply to you. It's 8:30 a.m. All the guys in the UK. It's unbearable. Big level here, 70s again. So no close under 65 yet. What a battle. What a battle. That 75 is a big level. It's traded at a lot. Straight through that. 77s now. And then through that 80s. These are the big levels that have been traded. Delta's caught offside in front of 80. 78s. So it's hit. It's now or never, basically. Bears have to come in and protect this now, or they're going to get squeezed out. If they protect this, they'd probably get lower day. Here we go. Here we go. Come on then. Let's play. Let's play, baby. If you're going to play, let's play. You got to break down under there. Need a new low underneath all this volume. Need a breakdown under this and just a straight swipe. Here we go. Give it, 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 give it. Still protecting it. This same level we just talked about. 62s. I was calling it 65s. It is 65. 65 to 58. That's your over under. As soon as they let go of that, we're washing down to here, I would imagine. So much volume being built here. Just let it go. Let it go. One big flush. We're either going to get one big flush or one big swipe up. One way or the other, it's about to happen. Might be the swipe up. They couldn't get it. They couldn't get it. They might swipe it. They had the opportunity there, Bears. They just failed again. I feel like, are we in the same market since April? Are they really going to fail every opportunity they have? It seems like it on tech. They cannot take control of a market on tech right now. The mag's still holding up. It's fucking insane. Look at this on Amazon. Like, talk about holding gains in a weak market. Holding all those gains. You might think that's nothing. It is. And that, by the way, is after earnings as well. All right. So strong, Amazon, just holding the whole market up. Really strong. Apple's been in a sell, but no continuation lower. So it's protecting its old all-time highs right now on Apple. Goog, starting to find a bid. Even the weak names, Meta bidding up. Microsoft holding, I'd say, that low of day pivot. Nvidia, strong strength. Tesla's starting to roll, but yeah. They still want to buy the Qs. I mean, they're fucking mental if you ask me, but there we go. Market makers are saying, no, we want new all-time highs on the Qs. We're not going to let this sell off. We don't care that the breadth is the worst it's ever been. We're going to keep printing up. Oh, it's just trade. I mean, for me, it's just found support at the previous week POC and Globex. There's your Globex low. There's a POC. I'm surprised they didn't want to fill this. I would imagine they will come down for this later. If they don't do it now, I'd imagine that is not a good low down there. We talked about that last week, but right now they've clearly got enough shorts caught down here, and they're just going to squeeze this back upside, and that's fine. Like, they can keep doing what they want. There's no fucking way you're catching me bidding on this market. Remember, I'm swing long already from like way ago. I'm not trading this upside. Like, this is psychopath territory, what's gone on with NQ here recently. But yeah, I mean, it's holding hourly higher lows and it's printing hourly lower highs. We're going to keep trapping. At some point, someone's going to lose. Back to those hundreds again. Ugh. Mr. Market. Look at this chop. Well, we got lunch in 20 minutes. I don't think I'm going to play the rest of the day, folks, if we're in here. This is liquidity building. Where have all my... Mate, TradingView is on one today. Where have my things gone? There we go. Move this up here and then do that. Yes. Right, I don't want to action anything in here anymore. It had an attempt, it failed. It's gone back upside. This is your liquidity build. Here's your POC. Here's the range. No, thank you. We've had an attempt at it. If it doesn't want to, it does it now. I'm going to be fucking fuming. But yeah, just ugly. This is ugly in here now. We gave it a go here. No good. I waited to see if it rejected 70. No good. No good in here. It's just chopped and chopped. So no interest. Let them build out. And they've been here for ages, by the way, now. Over an hour in 50 points range. No thanks. My bias is still that they're going to go and clean up those lows. I think they clean up the lows. I don't know if they do it right now or they do it later, but I don't think this is your low of day. That does not look like a low of day to me. Not even close. But, you know, maybe they squeeze out way higher. If they're long, what I'm thinking is if they're long tech and they need to rotate out of it, they need to get their exit, which means they need to get up higher, get bulls to chase it so they can exit. I do think we will close up on the year. I still think there's a move to 7,000 coming on ES, but I mean, really, are we going to just sit in this chop all day? Maybe. Maybe. What is going on, man? Come on, TradingView. Yeah, no edge. No edge now. Edge is gone. No doubt it will come when I'm not at the screen. These sellers trying to step back in. They're going to start getting upset if they don't get their way. And they're not getting their way, so you can't play it. The volume's being built out and they are holding lows right now. I just wonder, does ES want to test that 86 before we do anything else? Is that what they need to do? Do they need to go 86.90 before they do anything else? Is that the exit that they need? They need to walk it up. Possibly. Some big levels. 500 still. There's not much above. There is not much above. All right, we need to get another, what is it, 22 likes here, folks. 22 likes and we'll do some giveaways. Market's gone to sleep. My bet is that there's a little squeeze out here, another trap for bulls before they go and clean out those lows. I cannot imagine we don't clean out those lows, but who knows? Let me grab some food and be back. Please don't do anything market without me. Man, what are these idiots doing? Stop playing a game. Stop playing a game. Oh my god, you didn't sell it. What are you doing? Range getting tighter here. 70 is still that over under, but no acceptance below yet. I think if we fail, there's a new low of day because we've built so much volume up here now. But you're not really seeing sellers take control. Not yet. Buyers definitely got stuck into 90s again. What do we want to do? Not a lot we can do with this range at the moment. We're at the bottom side of the range. My bias is still downside. I still think we clean up the lows, but I need to see a clear rejection of volume and follow through. The problem is we've got this here, but I think we want to trade down into this and potentially even down into this if they really get weak, but they're going to have to rotate out of tech. Microsoft close to going red on the day. If we start rotating out of tech, I think we're going to get follow through downside, which is why I'm saying I don't really want to be a bidder on the market. I think they're looking for their exit today. Back down to previous week point of control here. It's a battleground again. This rotation's god awful to look at. All the time we're heavy versus 70s, we're going lower. Thinking about entering at this point. Seriously, you're going to protect 50s like that? Who's this idiot? Stop selling the lows. Stop selling the lows. Please, you're going to cause the squeeze back up. Fucking idiot. Oh man, there's some morons trading this at the moment. $75 is a big volume area. So I'd say all the time we protect 75, downside. Reclaim 75, chop and upside. That's it. That's all I've got for you right now, just based on where we've traded. That's a big area. Through that, through 75, 77 as well, and 78 and 80. So 75 to 80 over under. It's gross, man. It's gross. There's no follow through either side. So bad. There's nothing to do. How far to lunch? Oh, not long. What awful range. We're back into a terrible market if we stay here. It doesn't look good when you zoom out right now on a daily and a weekly. Look at the month, like we started the show. New month inside, obviously. New week inside the weekly. New day inside the daily. Everything else, hourly inside of hourly pivots, because your hourly pivots are actually your low of day Thursday and your high of day Friday, and we've not traded outside of either of those. So we are just trapping without follow through. Look at this drift. This guy is a dick. These guys here. At this point, you've got to think it needs to squeeze out to do anything else. I wouldn't want to participate here, put it that way. Would not want to be participating here. I think you have to wait for an extreme at this point. How do we trade sideways so long? Oh, nice one, Daniel. Yeah, dry from staring at the screen. I totally get it. Quite looking forward to getting off of this at lunch because we've done the best we can. It's a shame after that two leg, just no follow through. Like I said, probably needs a squeeze out now before it can do anything else. You might see it now. I'm not playing this upside. There's just no fucking way. Pardon my French. You're catching me playing upside when what they're doing with this market at the moment. All they need is to be like, okay, here's our exit on any of those tech names, and this changes sentiment very, very, very quickly. I'm not brave enough to bid at the bottom of these ranges at the moment. No. Let me see what the broader market looks like right now. I'll refresh here. Yeah, no thank you. No, thank you very much. It's literally Eli and Lilly, Meta, Google, Tesla, Amazon, Nvidia, Microsoft, Palantir. That's your market. That is your market. So, no thanks. I am not bidding it. It can keep going higher. Like I said, it might want to make all-time highs. It can keep doing whatever it wants, but I'm swing long in those positions. I'm not day trading upside when they're trading the way that they are at the moment. It just feels way too risky for me. I think they're going to come up for 30s now. The squeeze would be up here. Does it look like if I do that? Might be better. A bit cleaner. Back to the hundreds again. You can see it's the biggest traded area up here, and we've just traded straight through it. Huge aggressive buying come through that. Crazy. VWAP target. By the looks of it, IB VWAP target. And then maybe other side of range. And you're just going to get your rotation. Here you go. So here's the squeeze out. At what point do they look for an exit, if at all? VIX getting absolutely crushed here, by the way. Back down to New York Open. Oh, I honestly think we've done the best we could. I just cannot pull myself to long this market at the moment. Not until we start reclaiming some big key levels. Rejecting VWAP for now. Where's ES? ES is cut like okay. ES is into that shelf we talked about. 85 to 90. We're going to have liquidity there on the ES. There you go. All right. So 85 to 90. That feels like the big test that the market's trying to do. 85 to 90 ES. That feels like the test that the market is trying to do. And then see what we do afterwards, if anything. Getting close. ES there at 85. Mate, they're going to send this. Look at VIX getting crushed into lunch. They squeeze out into lunch as the shorts run to cover so they can go and have a burger and a pint. Look at that squeeze. Still going. Still going. It's opening range high up there where they trapped balls earlier, 46s. Squeeze is on it. How high is the question? Back to VWAP. Edge of this volume now. 110s is the level for them to back check. So here comes the back check, and if they don't hold this, then they're going to drop the whole thing. So here's the back check 110s. Is this their exit? They just given their fucking exit. So gross. So nasty what they're doing. It's literally like small caps right now. This feels like a small cap midday clear out for them to come back down. It just feel, how is the NQ feeling like a small cap? That's exactly how it feels right now. Look at that selling on that shove up. Jesus Christ almighty. Pardon my French. Don't blaspheme. What's that New York VWAP indicator? Not being funny, Leo. Isn't the clue in the name? Isn't the clue in the name? If they let go of this volume, we're going lower day. If that was their exit and they let go of this volume, we're going lower day. It's a big if, but it feels like a small cap right now. So, Leo, the New York VWAP is a VWAP anchored from the New York Open. It's a cash VWAP. It's based on cash players, what the cash players are doing in the market. VIX finding a bid off that New York Open. Mate, I'm not ruling out a lower day move here if they let go of all this volume. If that's a look above and fail, like I said, if they just want their exit, you cannot rule it out. You cannot rule it out. Oh, God. $120. Buy stuck above 120 right now. Okay. Let's see. Sentiment's still bullish, lower time frame, but let's see if this is their exit. We're into lunch. Actually into lunch. I'll stay here for a minute or two more just in case. It's not on TradingView. It's for private people in the Discord, Leo. Possibly. I mean, it's just that if this is volume and they really want to get down to here, they need breakout buyers to come in to sell against, to trap those buyers, to rotate. It's a big if. It is a massive if. But if they needed their exit to get that, if they wanted to bid up, to get short, to get this move here, this is the type of move you would see. But it's a big if right now. But it does feel that way. But it felt that way earlier, and they couldn't get follow through. And I will repeat, Mag is holding up. Tesla 2.5% up, Nvidia 3.16% up, Microsoft 0.25% up, Meta 0.40% up, Google 0.68% up, Amazon 4.59% up. That thing is not letting go of any gains since earnings last week. It's bidding and bidding and bidding and bidding, actually, to the point where I might have to take some more profit. More selling coming in here. Can they break down underneath point of control is the question. I'm going to have to take some profit out of this Amazon play. I have to. Am I up on this now? Yeah, I've got to sell a little bit. Okay. I still think there's a low in here coming. Do they do it over lunch or not? Selling coming on the tape here. They're protecting 100 again. They let go of that POC and they start flushing. I want to get involved. It's the only reason I'm hanging around here. Buyers are stuck over 120. Sellers took over at 110. 110, 120 is the key level. See how we act. Give it 5-10 more minutes. If we push and have fail follow through, then I want to play downside. If we push and reclaim, then I'm just going to walk away the whole day and just be happy with what I've got. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 1800 quid. That'll do. See if they can squeeze up the bell. Giveaway, yeah. Sorry, I didn't even look. Have we hit the lights? We need 10 more lights, folks. 150 lights, we'll do giveaway. Hit a double top on ES, then give us a drop. What, mate? That's a long way away. You mean the double top at the higher day? I don't think you want that. You need it to reject these 85 to 90s that we talked about on ES. Remember, we talked about that. This liquidity here is a shelf. If you look left, look at the pivot this morning on ES from that 8 a.m. All right, that's your pivot. It needs to fail that. Reclaim that, you're going to squeeze all the way to higher day. Here's 100. What did I say? 110s, 120? I keep forgetting. I'm tired. Yes, sellers took over from here up to 110. Buyers are trapped right now over 120. This move here, what happens here is key. Do they fail this shove up, or if they keep going straight up? Again, not in a position to wait and see if sellers come in and attack this on this push up. And we are in lunch, but just in case, VIX still can't find a bid. The more I look at this, the more I'm like, are they really going to drift all the way back up? It's possible. It is possible. Here we go. Here's the level. VIX breaking down. How are we doing on the lights? Did we get there? I'll do it anyway. I think you guys are close, so we can do a giveaway anyway. Regardless, let's do a giveaway. Let's do a giveaway. Okay, Nightbots. Okay, we're just doing an Apex account today. Code FCT in chat. Just type it once, folks, and then we'll pull a winner. No worries, Handy Home. Yeah, I mean, the rotation that we spoke about has continued. Now, nothing's changed, unfortunately. It would be nice if it had changed, but it hasn't changed. If we just think about, I'll move this out of the way so you can see that. If we just think about, right, like we talked about at the beginning of the show, daily chart, even if we go monthly chart, we're inside the previous month. Weekly chart, we're inside the previous week. Daily chart, we're inside the previous day. 4-hour chart, we're inside the 4-hour range. 1-hour chart, we're inside the 1-hour range. Think about the pivots. This low, this high, we've protected both. All right, we're inside of everything. Probably 30 minutes going to be exactly the same. Currently inside this pivot, pre-market pivot. I mean, it ain't good out there, folks, other than for range rotation. That's why I don't really want to be bullish, given what we've seen at these highs and the divergences. But okay. How are you guys getting on? Give you guys one more minute. We'll pull this apex winner. Can see on a Bookmap they are battling up at these 120s, 110s to 120s. Last time we were here, you can see right up here, this is where they got stuck. Same thing happening. It's just a fucking battleground, man. I would want to lean bearish on it, but do they really want to reprice all the way up? Let me have a look. Yeah, maybe they need to let it drift higher for the sell. Maybe go 50% or fib or something. Maybe they just don't want to force the market lower. All right, going to pull this winner in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Acer. I feel like Acer's won before. It's a fix. It's a fix. Are you here, Acer? Look at that. He's the last one to write it as well. That's nuts. Is that your first win? Okay. My bad. I mean, you still won either way. It doesn't matter. Shoot me an email, info@flowzonetrader.com. Just send me a screenshot of your YouTube so I can see that it's you logged in. And you have won a free Apex account, my friend. Any size that you want. Completely for free. So if you want to do a 300k account, you can. It's always, do you know, it's always rigged if John doesn't win. I agree. Why doesn't it choose me? I don't get any free accounts. It's bullshit. I want a free one. I want a free account. All right, folks, we're done. We're done. What do I think of Top Step? I think they are easy to make money from. I think the getting withdrawals from them is not hard. I think their business practices are shocking. That's what I think of them. I think they're trying to be a monopoly. I think the data protection you're under is bad. I think Project X is not a very good platform personally. And I think the way they treat some people is poor. But I do think you can make good money out of them. I have funded next. Yeah, I'm actually currently doing 2 evals on it. Yeah, I'm doing a couple of the 100k evals. It's the first time I've used them, so I haven't even talked about it because I can't comment. So you'll see on my YouTube, I only comment once I use someone and pull money out and prove that they're good. So once I know they're good, so like at the moment, you'll see on my YouTube, I've been showing like the take profit trader, pulling money out, the funding ticks. I'll do funding next one. Once I pass these and then I pull money out of them, I'll do a video for that. If I think they're good. I'm not going to talk about firms that I don't think are good on my YouTube. Okay, the squeeze up continues. I'll be doing take profit next due to recommendation. Honestly, I think take profit's amazing. I think it's so good. It's just easy. Like I'm gonna pull another 1,000 out on take profit today. Just like another 1,000 done. Like it seems like every day at the moment. They're gonna move me to live soon enough. I almost need to like fail because I'm pretty sure it's 20k when they move you to live. So. But yeah, we will see, folks. We'll see. All right, team. Job done. Be back tomorrow. Maybe this is coming. Is this the 50% now? Go from that swing high. Yes, we just tagged 50% finally. All right, so here and supply up here is your golden zone. So maybe they wanted to walk it up and get an exit out there. But again, you can't be too biased now. They've reclaimed some key levels. We're trading inside current value. We're trading inside previous week and previous day value. That means range rotation is going to continue until they prove otherwise. How can I change my screen name? I guess in your own YouTube settings. Yeah, I don't know. In your YouTube settings, it would be there somewhere if you go to settings on YouTube. Yeah, nothing to do with this stream. It would just be in your own settings. No worries. No worries. Okay, so what I'd be looking for this afternoon, if I can get my mouse. I still don't trust this. All right, I still don't trust that. Especially when I see how close this came. Like, this is a grind and squeeze back. None of these have been liquidated. At some point, I would say here to 90, like we talked about, there might be a liquidation then of them. The way that they're building it in, it just would not surprise me. I'm surprised they haven't done it already, but hey, these market makers will do whatever market makers do, and their job right now is to build liquidity. Just be aware, here's your current value on the day. You're rejecting value, both sides. This is your rotation, inside value. All right, so you should be fading these edges. Fade this and buy this, basically, are your trades at the moment. Or fade this and cover this, cover here, cover here. If you get acceptance through here, you have supply here. This is your 61 golden zone fib. If they get acceptance through here, your squeeze is on, because then you're above previous day value area high. So the reason I wanted to fade today is because we let go previous week value, previous day value, which meant we were coming back inside. We protected previous day value area low without touching it. I don't like that. I don't like that we didn't close this gap, which is why I think this is being built in here to come back for later. It doesn't have to be today. It can absolutely be tomorrow. It can be tomorrow. But yeah, that's what I'd be looking for. So I'd still be looking to see if they fade any of these. If they reclaim this, this is a long back up. This is just a straight squeeze all the way back up. Then that's your edge. There's not much edge other than that. What do I mean by 20k on TPT? Once you pull 20k out on Take Profit Trader, they will move you to live, regardless of anything. Normally, once you make 20k profit, they will move you to a live account. It's same, like, and it's great. Their live account's incredible. You can still pull same day payouts out with no consistency, so it doesn't matter. Makes no difference. But obviously your fills are a bit different. All right, job done, folks, and see you tomorrow. Those in Discord, I'll be back in there. I don't know, give me an hour or so just to relax, get some food, get coffee, go for a walk, and we'll go again. Same thing tomorrow, folks. Nothing changes. We just like base hit, base hit, base hit, and once we get out of this range, we can think about fail breakouts and breakouts on higher time frames and for some alignment. All right. Peace and love, everyone. Use hard stops and see you tomorrow.